Warning! The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on this show are reflective of AJ Orsini, the Steve Dave, and their guests exclusively. Seriously, guys, my dada and uncle say some pretty crazy stuff. If it offends you, go be butthurt somewhere else.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Minds, and now your host, AJ Orsini with Dave.
Hello, everybody out there. It's your boy, AJ Orsini, once again joined on my right-hand man, Steve Dave. It's another episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, episode 347. As we progress through, and I had to hurry up and hit the button because your boy over here is hot.
Losing my shit.
He was cutting promos. I was like, on the air, do it on the air. Just let me hit the button, and then we can do it. Your boy's revved up and ready to go. He's fuck Noble's amusement park and everything.
No, fuck everything. Oh, sorry.
Oh, perfect hat. Perfect hat. There you go.
I hate you. Was that a spade?
It is an
upside down
heart.
Yeah. Where the fuck did you get that? Why do you own that?
Okay, first and foremost, because it's awesome. And secondly, when I first did the managing deal, when I was going to be a heel manager for the first time, I was buying just random stuff, just trying to see what fits and what works, and just trying to figure out what the gimmick's going to look like and stuff like that. And no lie, we're going down what do they call those things where it's like markets, where it's like a bunch of little shops and all that other stuff, just like the farmers markets down in Jersey, where it's like a bunch of assorted little shops or whatever. And no lie, on a hat rack, there was a bunch of things with these weird sayings like, oh, I went to Wildwood and all I got was this stupid shirt or whatever the fuck, and then a hat that just says I hate you with an upside down heart. I said, I can't think of anything more heelish than to walk out through the curtain with a hat that says I hate you on it. So I've had it ever since. I wasn't going to reveal the front, but it does fit right now with what we're doing right here. You seem pretty revved up. Yeah.
Long day. Fuck it. We're here now. Nothing you can do about it. God damn it.
I wish we could. I wish that would have been on the recording. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I would repeat it, but it won't have as the same passion. But
no, you can't do that.
Long
twice.
Story short, 2.5 hours in a car to go somewhere to go swimming, and the place said it was open, but it wasn't. Then I had to drive back.
So
that's
5
it.
hours.
Canoodles. Fuck them. Yeah, 5 hours full to nothing. God bless my son. Quiet the entire time. That dude don't give a fuck about nothing, dude. He sat there. Gave him both ice cream so they wouldn't hate me, and then we're here now. So
there you go.
Let's fucking bitch about something else here. Someone else is about to catch this heat. That's what I'm saying right now. Fuck them.
Well, very quickly before we get underway, this was not one of the topics on the show, so we're not going to sit here and actually deliberate on the specifics. But I need to address something right here at the beginning because I got a buddy of mine listens to the show and immediately tried to put my foot to the fire. And apparently his listening skills and his comprehension of things is very, very poor for an adult male. So let me break it down for everybody in case they are of equal mind of stupidity. Ready? We did a segment a few weeks ago on the New York Knicks. I did a segment on here where we talked about the Knicks and their blowout against the Atlanta Hawks in the first round, which was a clinching game. And I stated, don't let it inflate what you got going on here. It's a big win, but let's keep our feet on the ground here. Let's not get too excited. Let's see how this plays out. That was the gist of it. That not to get carried away, because as soon as they beat the Hawks, we're going to win the championship this year. Relax. We got a few more series to get through before we can sit here and start getting excited. Now, they went on to the Philadelphia series, swept them. They have now since moved to the Eastern Conference against the Cleveland Cavaliers, swept them. So they're starting to look for real right now. But even now, as I sit before you, my friends, as someone who was alive and conscious in 1999 and saw that last team go, who went through all those 90s failures against those dreaded Chicago Bulls and Indiana Pacer teams, trust me, the pain is there. I'm not excited yet. 4 more wins, then I'll be excited. I'm still sitting here. The same message I sent then is the message I have now. 2 feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, my guy. I'm not that excited just yet. Okay, let's keep going. It's going well, right? They haven't lost since we talked about them. So let's keep it going. Let's keep the momentum going, and for everybody who's over on 33rd and 7th Avenue breaking shit, just chill, bro. Just chill. We don't have to do everything Philly does. We used to be the trendsetters. Now we're following everybody else's lead. It's all right. It's okay. It's cool. All right. We're all going to celebrate should this still happen. Because remember, there's 2 teams coming out of the West that's a big goddamn problem. One of them literally has a big goddamn problem in Wemby in San Antonio. And the other one is OKC, and we kind of already shat on them here on the show. I don't even have to shit on them anymore. Now, the NBA themselves as a league is kind of shitting on them along with everybody else because they're doing these commercial ads now to promote the NBA's and in the clips of the NBA commercials, you see SGA shoving motherfuckers with his arm, falling down from the. It's becoming such an inside joke that the league's kind of laughing about it. They're like, "Yeah, we know, but it's fun. It's all right. We get it." We had to let Michael go a few times too. It is what it is. So I'm, as a fellow New Yorker, I'm waiting it out to see how it goes. I'm still not going to get excited. I haven't popped any champagne yet. As a married man of 23 years, I try to stay away from premature ejaculation. I want the job gets complete before I have my orgasm. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait. There's some people on this earth that have waited 50 years. They haven't done it since the 70s. So no one deserves to make a mess in their pants than those guys.
Than the old heads?
The old heads. The ones that have been there since like Bernard King and Willis Reed. And throw Phil Jackson in. I know he's coming off the bench, but Dave DeBusschere, those days. Clyde. Earl the Pearl, those days of the
Earl the Pearl is crazy.
Earl the Pearl Monroe, boy, and Walt Clyde Frazier. That was one of the most infamous backcourts in basketball history, boy. There's a lot. It's one of my favorite names of all time, Dave DeBusschere. So that's one of my favorite names of all time. Went on to become a successful politician, but that's the last time we raised the banner in the Garden. So 4 more wins, and it's not going to come easy. I don't care who comes out of the West. We're not sweeping them. We could beat them. We're not going to sweep them. So we need to take our moment. We're resting. We're going to be fresh and let these 2 teams beat the teetotal shit out of each other in the meantime, okay? So that's not what we're talking about here today. I just wanted to throw my friend under the goddamn bus. Yeah. I just wanted to throw I'll name drop Isaiah, Mr. Isaiah. This one was for you. We're not going to be doing that, okay? But we are Going to be talking about some stuff here today. So let's go ahead and break down what are we talking about here today on the show.
Hey, what's going to be on the show today?
I got bamboozled, tricked, hoodwinked even into watching the American Music Awards last night. Now,
That's a damn shame.
not normally on my to-do list. Actually kind of trudged through it myself. But as I've mentioned here on the show, we are big-time Army guys here at the house. Big-time BTS fans. We're down the rabbit hole. It's official. I don't even say we're down a rabbit hole anymore. We are officially Army in this house. There's, well, not Alex, but me and the missus are definitely Army, and we've been watching all kinds of shit, listening to all kinds of shit. And it was supposed to be their big return to the AMAs last night, so my wife wanted to see it. We had it on. We got gypped because the performance wasn't a performance on the show. They took their opening song from their tour that they're on right now and played that on TV.
So it wasn't a live performance.
No, they were there live, but they didn't perform live. I'm assuming it's because they're literally in the middle of a fucking tour. So the last thing you want to do now is sprain an ankle on that fucking stage, and you got like 40 more fucking countries to go to. But they are selling out stadiums all around the world. These guys are like a one group surplus. They're not just going to towns and performing shows. They're shutting cities down. There was a video I saw yesterday. Today is an off day. The show, they're currently in Las Vegas. They're doing like 3 or 4 days in Vegas. They're currently in Vegas. This is an off day, and there's already a line of people at the building for tomorrow's show.
What?
Like this. Oh yeah, no,
There's
you heard
people
that correct.
outside. They have tickets. What are they outside for?
Not everybody has tickets, because what happens is what's been happening, much for the record, has been happening in the States. It didn't happen in other countries, but I'm hearing about it here in the States. If there's people who are buying the tickets and then going to the building and scalping them for even more money, so there's people at the building waiting for people to see if anybody's going to sell those tickets. They're sold out across the planet. There are no tickets available anywhere in the world except for resale. So if you go online, you can buy tickets. If you meet scalpers, you can buy tickets. But as far as the original sales themselves, every single building that they're going to be in for the next few weeks are all sold out. And when I say sold out, I mean the resale tickets are like $700-800 a ticket. That's the resale.
That's not. Why do I feel like that's not bad?
That's for the upper deck. As you get lower in the bowl.
Okay, but why do I feel
there
was stars that were way more egregious? Like
we may have to look that up, but that
like Taylor Swift or the Beyoncés and shit like that.
I would love. Hey, the girls went to Beyonce. I should ask them what they thought that they paid for the.
I could be wrong. I feel like there was something way more egregious. But anyway.
Yes. The overall point of me bringing up the AMAs isn't just for the BTS aspect, but I found something interesting as we watched this show. As a matter of fact, it became so interesting that I kind of got locked in on it, because I remember when I was a kid that the music awards were a tremendous opportunity to see some of your favorite artists perform live on the same stage with one another. And every now and then you'd get your tribute performance. It'd be a surprise, like a Michael Jackson surprise, or like a Phil Collins thing or whatever. This show last night was mixed. Almost half and half, where it was today's musicians and then a whole shit ton of like old school 10, 15 years ago musicians, even down to BTS. BTS has been around for 13 years. There's a lot of people that are in that category. Teens, 20 years, 30 years. New Kids on the Block fucking performed last night. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So I'm going to get more specific when we talk about it in the segment about some of the patterns that I saw and some of their reliance on some of the older stars. I have a major question that needs to be answered, actually, when it comes to that. Our second segment is kind of a follow-up to something we did a while ago, about 6 months ago, actually. We talked about a YouTuber by the name of Schlep, and we brought up his quote-unquote battle, so to speak, with Roblox. There was a situation going on between Schlep and Roblox, where Roblox was blocking.
Yeah, I remember that,
because he was using his account to uncover, pedophiles and harassers online and stuff like that. He was actually getting people arrested And Roblox decided to block the account. They put in these measures in place to stop people from doing it. It was a whole ordeal. And one of the reasons we talked about it on the show is because we wanted to kind of get ahead of it as a story, because there was this deep feeling amongst a lot of people online that Roblox dismissal of this one person could lead to an avalanche of fucking problems. Well, it's been 6 months, and there's been an avalanche of fucking problems. We're past Roblox as a perpetrator here. There's a couple of companies right now in the middle of lawsuits or legal situations involving pretty much the same topic, which is child safety when it comes to their interactions and their precautions when it comes to the children who are using these platforms. So we have a little bit of an update, and I kind of wanted to push the story a little further and bounce off more of it, because this actually still does include Schlep, because now Schlep is still doing God's work, just not on Roblox, but now he's turned to Discord. Apparently, he's getting
good for him
up there on Discord as well. So that's going to be our second segment. Third segment, we're not talking about the pay-per-view today, but AEW caught my eye. First, it started with
they're still technically pay-per-views. Don't you have to pay to watch their shit?
Yes, no, theirs is pay-per-view.
They're actually still paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to go. Yeah, you go on to.
I didn't say that because you call it a pay-per-view, but when you said it, I was like, you're actually right. Like, I think you actually have to like purchase the program that actually. It's not like even you can catch it off a stream.
You have to buy even on HBO Max, they advertise the pay-per-view for HBO Max. They go, oh, you guys can catch it on HBO Max, but that's misleading. Because I'm an HBO Max subscriber. I don't have access to the pay-per-view. I have to spend more money.
And it's like $50 or some shit.
Like 30 or like it's a little less, but I'm already paying for the subscription. I'm not spending 30 more fucking bucks for a goddamn pay-per-view. No. So no, that's not going to happen. But so we're not talking about the pay-per-view today, but I do want to talk about the Mick Foley aspect, the Mick Foley inclusion onto the pre-show. Because there's a bigger conversation to be had here, not just about the avoidance of politics and wrestling, but Mick specifically might be one of the most consistent motherfuckers I have ever met in my entire fucking life. This fucking guy is fucking consistent. I love this fucking dude, and we're going to talk a little bit about what I mean about the specifics, why he left the WWE in the first place, and how that led him to eventually take his turn, I guess you could say, with AEW. And in our main event, the topic that has shaken the internet to its core, Ludwig Kaiser and the Elevator. Ludwig Kaiser obviously was with his female partner in Florida over the course of, I think it was like last weekend. Things were getting hot and heavy with the young lady. Unfortunately, they happened to be in the elevator with another gentleman who was none too keen for the activity, dear kind sir. So he made a few comments, which led to him getting his ass smacked around a little bit by Ludwig Kaiser. Apparently, it's on camera and the whole shebang. The incident happened. He went off to the next town because that's what WWE superstars do. They go to the next town. And he got word that there was a warrant out for his arrest. So he literally flew from Mexico back to Florida to turn himself into the police so that everything can get squared away. But this is an ongoing situation. He's now back on the road. They still have the big mass versus mass match that's supposed to be coming up. They have announced that he is going to be eligible to travel, so everything will still be on course with everything he has going on. But there is some stuff that we need to talk about this particular case, not just Ludwig Kaiser specifically, but how situations like this can unfortunately arise for every professional wrestler if you're not being extremely careful. So there's a cautionary tale at the end of this. We'll get into the specifics, but at the end, that's really what this is about. It's a cautionary tale about what to do and basically what not to fucking do when you're out in goddamn public. But those are the topics that we're going to be talking about today. Let's get balls deep into this shit and take ourselves to the land of music.
If it's time to start the show, let's begin with segment 1.
So I noticed a trend on the American Music Awards last night. I didn't I watch it for obvious reasons because it was not necessary and pertinent to the conversation at hand. You don't have to see the AMAs to know what I'm talking about in reference to award shows. I'm not big on award shows, period. As a matter of fact, I'm not big on awards, period.
He doesn't like celebrating your success.
Just a personal thing with me. As a matter of fact, I got yelled at one time when I was as an example, when I was ring announcing. So like, I don't know, a little less than 10 years ago, but a while ago. And there was a podcast. This is before I had a podcast. There was a podcast that was really big on the New York, New Jersey, kind of Connecticut kind of area pro wrestling scene. And they were doing an end of the year award show. And I got tagged in a post. I had never met these guys. I don't know shit about them. But I got tagged in a post that I was nominated for a ring announcer of the year. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, to this day, I really don't know why, I was pissed. It irked me so much that I messaged them and I was like, please don't do that. It's like, don't include me in that shit. Why? It's for recognition. And I was like, no, it's fine. I was like, please don't do that. So they did. They removed me and they nominated another person, which was great. As a matter of fact, I messaged them and said, hey, thanks. And then I shared their shit. Just to be nice.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
They did the right thing. Doesn't make you any less of a weirdo, but
yeah.
Explain why.
But here's the thing. So I thanked them. They thanked me. They set up a new thing. I shared that to have people vote and the whole shebang. And then like 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, one of them blocked me and the other one shared the post from the guy who blocked me. And it was like this giant promo about how much of an asshole I was. And I was like, oh, there you go. And that would be why. Because it's not, there's a lot of the times when people do the whole, hey, I want to help you out. Let me share your shit, or a lot of the time it's not really to help you out. They see someone making some sort of moves or doing some sort of thing, and they go, okay, I want to jump on that. So it's like, oh, you really didn't give a shit if I was nominated or not nominated or win, or if I was the best ring announcer in the North. You didn't give a shit about any of that. You went online and you were like, yo, who's making moves? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And I know for a fact, because like I said, I've never met these guys. I don't know these guys. But I know for a fact if they were getting their nominees list, not just from ring announcers, but like just the list of all their categories from posts, when people would post, hey, tag your favorite, I don't know, referee, or tag your favorite valet or ring announcer or commentator or wrestler. So a bunch of people would tag their friends or whoever they thought was really good. And they were going down the list to see who had the most. And they go, cool. And they take that name to put it on their shit. They tag them so that then they'll share it out because people are marks. And they go, oh my God, I'm going to be referee of the year. But hey, everybody, vote for me. And they start sharing shit. And that's traction for them. It's not traction for you. It's traction.
Okay, but what if it was somebody who was kind of already established?
What do you mean? Like the person?
I don't know. I'm an award show that is an established award show or award nominated you. Would you be okay with that, or was it? It was just like this is not a real award. This is like people trying to get their name out or some shit.
If it was an established thing, like, I don't know, like if PWI, right? If Pro Wrestling Illustrated was like, oh, we're going to do it, because they do awards. They do like Wrestler of the Year or Manager. They have that with the plaques and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still wouldn't do it because it's not, it sounds stupid to say I don't believe
it's really
in
weird.
it. But it's just like, no, I don't. That's not.
I get if you don't want to do it because it doesn't feel authentic, because you think that the people are like trying to get clout from it.
I still don't.
Way or whatever. But if you're just talking about the act of getting an award in general, you don't like, that's fucking weird. You might want to talk to somebody about that. That's weird. You
No,
might want to book or something. Bro.
nah, I don't. I don't see the.
Hey, listen, don't put me with this nigga. Okay, if you want to big us up and he don't want it, call me. I'll take all flowers.
Yeah,
All of
but
them. I'll
that's.
take them all.
I was just gonna say that's my one amendment to the rule. I only really have that rule in place for me. If
Yeah,
I'm a
fuck him.
part of
Pick
a
me up.
team or if I'm part of a group or something like that, that's different. Because I feel like that hurts the team. Like if I'm a part of something that's big, like more than just me, then you're not going to hear about it. It is what it is. Vote to your hearts. That's the first time in my life I only sneezed once. But yeah,
That's because you're fighting it. You didn't want to sneeze the first time.
yeah, no, yeah. I've been holding that for about 5 minutes straight. But no, if I'm a part of a group, that I think that's unfair to the group.
Well, that's the group getting it, not you getting it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to be like even like this, right? So it's me and you, right? So if out of the blue someone goes, "Oh, Orsini's Uncensored Mind is up for a podcast of the year," like I'm not gonna say no to that because it's not just me. If it was a show,
But
where
if it was just you,
like in the earlier episodes, if it was just me, then
if it
then
was
no.
just you, yeah, that's weird.
Not allowed. Not
You're
allowed.
fucking weird.
Not allowed. No.
All right, good enough. Well, now that we established your weirdness, we can fucking move on.
But to take it back to this, the award show that took place last night, the American Music Awards, the reason why we started with this conversation is I'm not really for him in the first place, which means that the viewing of this is actually literally torture. I have to sit here and listen to these people blow themselves.
Look at all these pussies taking awards.
Yeah. Bunch of fucking
weak. Look at you all needing validation. What a bunch of fucking losers.
Yeah, you say it like that, but that shit is true. Look at
That's
me.
how you feel. No, I know.
Look at you on stage. Do you love me now?
I don't need you to tell me I'm great. I know I'm great. Fuck you.
And it's funny because it's a room full of people that you could tell they keep score because, like, as an example, when BTS won their award, the fucking building shook. It was crazy. But they did like shots of like people in the crowd that are like applauding and just like, all right, BTS, good job. And you can see them. Look at you. You just think you're hot shit, don't you? Huh? You wait till this next album drops. I'm fucking all y'all up. Y'all wait, see. But I saw a pattern forming very, very quickly before my eyes because I thought it was absolutely interesting. I was starting to kind of notice it throughout the beginning of the show, but I didn't put it together because a lot of the older talent that I saw on the show were still kind of relevant today. It's not like they plucked people from like 20 years ago. What at this stage in the show that I'm about to reference, they hadn't done that. And then they literally did that. Like as soon as I said, "Oh, that's odd. This person's here and this person's here. That's all right. You know, there's nothing wrong with that." At least I'm not just picking random people from like whatever. And then they did. So they debuted a new category. This is the first year they've ever done it, and that's what's piqued my interest. And then I kept score after I started realizing, holy fuck, this is insane. I started realizing that this award show was relying very heavily amongst the legends and the old school artists. There was some new school talent there. And there was this one band, Somber, that we just heard for the first time. Me, Alex, and Steph are watching. And Alex is 11. He didn't know who he was. They kept calling him shirtless guy because he was wearing a shirt, but he appeared shirtless. He had sleeves. And then there was like some fabric on his side, but he basically had like a V cut. He looked like a Marvel villain, like an old school. Like it was this weird look on this guy. So there's this band called Somber, and they performed
very blousy.
There you go.
Very blousy.
So they won a few awards, and they performed. He got caught in the rain while he was on stage. Interesting performance. We saw one. What was it? Scientist something Maria or some shit. What was her fucking name? Oh man, I need to get this. Music. Hold on. Scientist something. What the hell was her name? Damn it! It's not giving me the. I'm not going to sit here all fucking day. But it was. It was. I'm meeting a bunch of new people for the first fucking time. I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't watch the award shows anymore.
Maria the Scientist.
There it is, Maria the Scientist. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is it like Dora the Explorer? I don't know who this is. Just Maria the Scientist. I was like, all right. I have a new scientist now. We can get rid of Bill Nye, the science guy. We now have Maria the Scientist. I was like, okay, cool. So we're meeting all these new people, which I thought was going to be the point. That's what I thought that my whole night was going to be. And then they brought up a new category. And the new category they brought up was Best Throwback Song. And I said, time out. How is that being worked out? Because it was never fucking explained. It just said, yeah, we're gonna do an award tonight called Best Throwback Song. And I was like, what? And then I saw the nominees.
That's what throws me off.
The nominees were the Black Eyed Peas, Rock That Body, which was from 2010. Four Non-Blondes, What's Up, from 1993. And the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris, from 1998. And I said, what the fuck? How? You're going to have a category called Throwback Songs. How did you land on those three? Because it really wasn't fucking explained. If anything, I sent you the clip. The two women who introduced the category decided it was probably a better idea to basically just shit on older people while they were up there. They were like, oh, before the days when you could just listen to a song by pushing a button, you had to wait for it on the radio, sitting there like some Victorian era. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. First and foremost, allow me to introduce you to the ideology that two of those fucking songs weren't even on fucking tape. So fuck you. One of them was for absolutely sure, but the other ones were fucking not. One of them still existed in the MP3 era. Thank you very much. In fact, it was the song that won, Black Eyed Peas, which I still didn't get. It's like when you don't know the rules to the game and then all of a sudden they announce the winner and you're like, all right. I mean, great. I support that. I just don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, to her point, the two that weren't going to win,
yeah,
you could make that argument too. But the one that won, you are correct. That is an MP3 era.
That's an MP3 era song.
Yeah,
but yeah.
CDs were out of the way, I believe, around that time, if I'm not mistaken.
1998, Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
MP3s. Yeah.
1998, I had a CD case, so I know these were on CD. Four Non-Blondes, 93. I could see tapes. I could see cassette tapes, 1993. I understand. So I went online and I was like, what the fuck is that? So it says that the criteria for the AMA category of Best Throwback Song requires a song to have experienced a major resurgence in commercial popularity and viral internet presence, specifically driven by activity on social media and video platforms like TikTok.
And this is where you get to do whatever the fuck you want. Because the people today don't give a fuck about none of this. And the people who know this shit don't know the stats. Because my argument is these gotta research. Like, I'm on the internet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Your Body, sure. I can point out maybe a few things that I saw people use that. I don't remember hearing these songs. So
yeah,
I feel like our counter argument to that is I'm not on the internet enough to know that these songs are big on the internet. You know what I mean? So I'm just making you might say, yeah, like, okay, these songs aren't far off. But what I'm saying is I think most people who like these songs in their time aren't gonna, like, my first thought was I don't think these songs really came back that big. Like, I feel like there's other songs that probably came back stronger than these songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this was made just to give the Black Eyed Peas an award.
To get the celebrity that you wanted to come to
get
show.
the award. Yeah. Because I can't fact check any of this shit, nor do I have the desire to do it. You know what
So
I'm saying?
rock your body, rock your body is used in a lot of dance videos that are on TikTok. I could see that winning, but I was kind of more in line with the Goo Goo Dolls Iris song winning because that had a major comeback recently, especially over the course of the last year, to the point where, and I don't do this, but we did the trend. Me and Steph did the "How Are You" back in the '90s trend. That's where the song was played. I sent you guys my video. Remember my video from when I was the kid video of the what were you like in the '90s, Dad? And I put that video together. It was with that song, Iris, because that was the trend. And I saw everybody doing that trend, man. There were actors and sports athletes and everybody. Stone Cold Steve Austin did the trend. He showed pictures of him doing the whole Attitude Era and all that other shit. It was fun. This is, as you said perfectly, a slippery slope because the nomination criteria, I'll read this out again. This is a different thing here. The initial nominees are mathematically determined by metric tracking partners Billboard and Illuminate. For
proves that I don't know what I'm talking about as far as the data goes, for sure.
Well, no, you made a good point because if you don't know what the numbers are, and we don't, because Billboard and Illuminate may know what the numbers are, but it's not like on the screen when they tell you what the nominees are. They're throwing out metrics, where it's like, oh, this year's nominees is Black Eyed Peas with 13% of the market, or whatever the fuck. Like, you don't know what the fucking numbers are. And then it says for an older song to be nominated as a throwback, it must achieve massive spikes in the following data points during the annual eligibility tracking period. It says social network resurgence, which is hyper elevated metrics on video sharing platforms and user generated social media trends, streaming metrics, a substantial rise in modern on demand audio and video streams, digital and physical sales, renewed consumer purchase activity, and radio airplay, recurrent or contemporary radio rotation prompted by the track's modern day relevance. So, if anything, if we're going to be real, they only had three nominees.
Am I weird for thinking like this is a way to get for record companies to get their old songs newer spins to make money? Because now that there's an award for it, people are gonna push social media to try to play old songs. Am I foil hat here? Like this? That's what it feels. It's just fucking weird.
Your hat's not made of tinfoil, my friend. It's very see-through, appropriate fabric. It's a regular hat. Because I was going to actually pitch an idea here where they only had three nominees. If that's the nominees that you want to go with, I have a song that fits that criteria to a T. And I think if you would have added it, would have probably won. And that's Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. Because Stranger Things blew that song up. It was back on the radio. The sales were back up again. It was all over TikTok, all over Instagram. People were doing remix versions. They were recreating fucking the girl running from Stranger Things. That thing was huge when Stranger Things dropped that song. It was all over the place. So I figure that fits the criteria. It was back on the goddamn radio. All the Kate Bush was selling records, more records now than she did back in '85 when she dropped it. Another banger. That song that just what's the I said that song. Why was that not on there? That was humongous. I don't know if it related to sales. You might have to double check that,
and that's my thing, right? Like instantly when you said that, I thought it wasn't around long enough. But the problem is that they're saying fits the criteria, like the time frame of which we're tracking, basically, right? Like I don't think they selected a time frame, right? Because you're arguing what a 1993 versus a 2010 song.
Yeah,
so are they doing that open. What in the past 3 years? Are they doing like 2020 to like 25? Are they doing like just 24 to 26? What year frame are they doing it? Because like you could argue that one popped off after the time frame of which that they're judging this. Yeah. So it's really not clear on like. Whatever. I don't know.
No, but your explanation
of it to make money.
Yeah, no. To prove that point, they were very specific in the fact that it wasn't. If you think about it, it was smart how they played this out. it wasn't based solely off of social network usage, streaming metrics, digital sales, radio airplay. It was resurgence. It was the throwback aspect, right? So if you start promoting the idea that we're going to award musicians for making very popular songs that are used on social media, you're going to get a whole generation of people moving forward who are only going to worry about just that, because you don't need a record company to do that. So with the resurgence tag on there, it's a reminder, oh, no, not any jackwagon sitting off his couch with a MIDI machine in front of him is going to be able to win this award. No. You have to have already done the music beforehand. You know, the stuff that record companies already own and use those songs, which, by the way, for the motherfucking record, there are social media platforms that block the usage of these songs. I can't play Goo Goo Dolls Iris on YouTube. I can't play Goo Goo Dolls Iris on Facebook. I can really only do it on Instagram. And technically speaking, I can't even do it on TikTok because I've been flagged on TikTok for using songs. I didn't use Goo Goo Dolls Iris specifically or Black Eyed Peas, but I've used mainstream music for my videos in the past, and I get flagged for it. They'll tell you, hey, we're either going to delete this or you got to change the music or whatever the case may be, like edit this. This can't stay the way that it is. But now they're going to hand out awards for the songs that are being used. So I don't know.
More spins means more popular social media, which means movies are more likely to use it because they know people want it. And now we're getting a resurgence where, depending on what year that deal was made, the people may not be getting a kickback, but that record label, whoever owns it, sure as fuck going to get a kickback on that. So I don't know. It's a shame to look at this and not be excited to see old music kind of be like celebrated. But I don't know. This is always my question with award shows, and I don't know much about this, so I don't know. Are these awards voted on by the people?
In this award show, they promote pretty heavily that it's a popular vote thing.
So then okay. All right. So these were the nominees, and then they voted on this. People voted on this.
Yes.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm not all the way upset about it. It is what it is. I still think that it's a bigger play because I'm getting old and everything's a conspiracy theory now. But 100%. I don't mind any award show that allows the people to make the decision. Whether I know that that's actually happening or not, whether they're getting people to vote, but they're still just making the decision because you don't know the results, that I don't know. I still have my conspiracy on that, but I don't like award shows. My problem with awards is when they're given to people, especially when it comes to this, like music or something like that, about the popular opinion without the population being the one giving the award. I have a problem with that because that's all manipulation and shit like that. So whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hate being pandered to. I said that during the Super
Bowl. He's talking to you, Oscars and Grammys. Just picking whoever the fuck is you want to do.
It's stupid. It's dumb.
So there was also before we end this, there was to continue my thesis on the throwback, right? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just double checking. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 performances at the AMAs. At least 7 were old school artists. That's half. I throw BTS in there because they've been around for a long time. Billy Idol.
They didn't do 13 years straight, dude. Relax.
They did the military service, but they've still been performing since the freaking early 2010s. If Black Eyed Peas is gonna get a fucking award for their
they're not 13 years deep, bro. They did like a solid few years and then they had to go do stuff. They were not a group that listen. I'm not gonna step on your group.
Then speak correctly. They started in 2013. They didn't stop till 2021. And then they took the years off, and then this is the comeback right now.
So they got half of that. They got 7 years in the game, and now they picking back up.
Okay, well, what's your excuse for Billy Idol?
What about him?
He performed.
Do I look like a fucking Billy Idol guy?
No, but you're since we're counting years, right? Because he hasn't performed in a few years, so
I'm just
it's
saying
not
they're not
30
old
years
heads.
for him.
I'm saying BTS isn't an old head. That's what I'm saying. Look at you.
All
Look
right,
at you being a fan.
Billy Idol. It was on the stage. He's an older guy. I don't know if Tiana Taylor is kind of new, I guess. Keith Urban, old school. Hootie and the Blowfish performed. 21 Pilots, Pussycat Dolls, and Busta Rhymes. New Kids on the Block.
Hold on. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. He was also on the fucking. I sent you a picture that I think it was the Thanksgiving parade when they had in New York.
Yeah.
He did a thing, and he came in with all his like the old shit too. He out here working still.
He said he has a new. He said he has a new album coming out.
I don't know, man. I'm not really a music guy. I've learned this. Like, I was never a music guy. I listened to the music that I liked when I was younger. It's very hard to listen to new shit and like it. Like, even with the new Drake albums that came out, I respect them. I'm a big Drake fan. It don't hit me as a person anymore. You know, I'd rather go back and listen to his older albums because they do something to me. That he has some decent songs that I like on the new shit. It's really hard for me to like get into anything like new. So
old man yells at clouds over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm turning. When it comes to music, like I've never been a huge music person. So I say that to say it sounds cool that Busta's coming out with a new album, and I'm sure it would be great for people who love music and miss him, and I'm sure it will feel like a Busta album. But even it is just as good as the albums when we were listening to Busta when he was out. It's still, I promise, it just won't hit me the same. So I hope it goes off.
Probably shouldn't. You're an older person now. It shouldn't hit you the same.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what is he, like 60 something right now?
Bro, he's up there, man. I mean, he was one of the guys that we were standing next to the radio waiting for a song to play to put it on our tape. He was one of them.
54 years old. 54 years young is Busta
He's out here still doing it, man. Shout out to, I just wanted to say, shout out to
he had me crying. He had me crying last night because he was on stage. He was one of the people presenting an award, and BTS won the award. And you know how you do your little speech and they play a song as you walk off the stage and they transition to the next thing. And there was a video on YouTube of everybody leaving the stage and BTS is saying, hey, the camera. And you see Busta Rhymes following BTS going, hey, I need that photo. I need a photo. And then it cuts real quick to him getting this photo. He was like, this with BTS.
Look at you. You glazing BTS.
Hey, somebody has to.
They have plenty of glaze. They can do without your glaze.
No, my goodness. So I noticed that pattern yesterday. There was a lot of familiar faces on that show yesterday, but by that award, that throwback thing, slippery slope. Because now, like, if that starts to work, I can start.
That's fine.
Like, do you think that starts bleeding over, like, you know, best throwback movie? Like now we're in the Oscars now. It's like,
there's no such thing as something not working. So if you see it just like you said, there's only 3 songs. It's in its infantile stage right now. Once they figure out where the revenue will come from this, they'll figure. They got the data. All they need to do is put it out there, check the data, adjust it, and go from there. It's here. Yeah. If you don't see it again, then it didn't work. But 9 times out of 10, things are usually figured out before they're put in front of people. So
I wonder what that parameter of it worked or it didn't work really is. Like, how do you get the vibe that it worked? Like, I don't know.
The money, the revenue we don't get to see.
But as I'm saying, how do they know what revenue is coming from that specific category? Like,
if you have a
research, going back to the metrics,
clearly they have the metrics. They know what these things are doing on social media. So now all you have to do is track what songs now are being pushed from this moment forward, and you could probably tell
Right,
And
but
then as you start
I'm
drilling
assuming-
down, and doing it more, then you can get more specifics and you understand what's coming from what. But when you start it out, you just throw it out there, take a look, collect the data, do it again, see what happens. As long as the
I
numbers
just
are going up.
assumed- But that's my problem, right? These nominees, I'm assuming, are songs that already had high numbers. Are they anticipating that them being involved in this category will bring more numbers?
To not specifically to those people. I don't I it's not that the Black Eyed Peas is going to make more money off of this award.
Yeah,
That's not
what
the
I'm
point.
saying,
The point is that there is an award. So now you've just opened up another route for older records to get spins. So we're not worried about these guys. They already accidentally blew up. We're going to use that to let the world know, hey, you can get an award, which could incentivize people to push different things on social media, which drives interaction, which drives more people to try shit, which drives more people to use certain songs or whatever the case may be. And that could drive more for other revenue routes for other songs. They're basically just incentivize. They're creating an incentive to deliberately use older songs rather than something particularly new. Because now, if you know there's an award or you can influence that shit, you're going to go into your little crate with the records in it and try to find something specifically for your TikTok videos and stuff like that. Right now, I think it's natural. As time goes by, if it does start to show that this is working, it's going to be way more intentional. You're going to start seeing a lot more older shit being played. Right now, I think it's a fairly decent mix. But again, I'm not sitting on there every day, so I could be fucking completely wrong.
I don't think you're going to be wrong on this one. I think this was the taster test just to see what's going on. We'll see how it evolves over time. All right, time for the next round.
Let's keep this show going. It's time for segment 2.
Children. We're here to protect the kids. That's what we're here for. We're here to do our due diligence and let you people know there's some preverts out there, and we need to do our very, very best to make sure that they don't get their oily, introverted hands all over your youngins. So that could mean in person. That could mean virtually. As I said in the build-up at the beginning of the show, we did a story about 6 months ago. It's on the YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. We talked about the Schlep story, which is a YouTuber who was very into Roblox. He was a YouTuber that used a lot of the Roblox games for some of his content. And he started running into situations with older gentlemen on that platform and started the process of outing some of these people. And he got a good number of motherfuckers, man. Let me tell you that right now. There's a lot of people revealing themselves through him, and some of them even got arrested for some of the stuff they were doing and how they were behaving online, not just inappropriately being on an online platform, but with underage kids. Even kids that they were told and were notified and were well aware were underage, they pursued anyway and did whatever it is they were going to do. And so Schlep kind of made it I don't say a mission, that might be a little strong, but he got himself very involved in the ideology that he was going to help clean up the cesspool that is Roblox. Well, the last people you would think on earth that would be against this is Roblox, but you would be wrong, because they were the most against it. And they went out of their way not only to disparage this young man, but they actually blocked his account from Roblox. And it's been a whole thing. Again, you guys can check out the story that we did, and you can also check out Schlep's YouTube channel, which I linked the last time. I'm going to link it here for this one as well, so you guys can hear his full story. It's like a 30-minute video that he put together with all the receipts. He's got all the messages and everything, videos, everything. So you guys can check that out. We're not talking about Roblox specifically today, although they are on the list. We do have a list in front of us. And the crux of the Roblox argument was this exact, I have it here, child safety. there was this thing, and my son is 11. And he does play on Roblox, but he only plays certain games and he always plays with his friends. And he's pissed because Roblox apparently has been adding measures to the game, and it's asking for age verification, and it's asking if you're not age verification, then you need to have a parent log in and give permission for the kid to be on the game and all that stuff. And he's looking at me and he's fucking mad because he goes, I'm not talking to nobody on here. Why the fuck do I have to do this shit? I said, well, it's not a you thing, it's an everybody thing. I don't think anybody should have to do it, but we have to do it because there's fucking crazy people out here doing some stupid shit. Now, I know my son's not going to give anybody his fucking address or his fucking phone number or anything like that, but there are kids out there that would. So for the most part, there needs to be some parameters put in place. Now, Roblox is being sued by the Attorney General, and there's a bunch of names. I'm going to keep saying Attorney General because I didn't want to write 50 fucking goddamn names. But the Attorney General from the state of Nebraska is suing Roblox specifically involving child safety protocols, internet safety protocols, just basically anything revolving around safety and access to the actual platform. So they're suing for that. They're not the only ones that are. There are the total number was about 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 states where their attorney general was also suing Roblox. Texas, Florida, Indiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Nevada, and West Virginia. Gee, I wonder what demographic lives in those specific states. But that's just, those are very diverse states. I'm sure of it. I can't imagine the states that I just listed: Texas, Florida, Indiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Nevada, and West Virginia. I can't imagine those being the kind of states where children would just all willy-nilly just give out their personal information online and just welcome in all kinds of issues. I can't see that being an issue in any of those 12 states that I just listed, which again are Texas, Florida, Indiana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Nevada, and West Virginia. I mean, there's no Cali on here. There's no New York on here. I'm seeing Texas, Florida. There's no Illinois on here. Just saying, but 3 of the states, by the way, folks, Roblox has settled with. Of the 12, they've already paid $35 million to 3 states. 12.2 went to Alabama, 12 went to Nevada, and 11 went to West Virginia.
And when you say, and here's the problem I'm having with this is like, what do you mean the states got paid?
So in April 2026, Roblox agreed to pay over $35 million combined dollars to resolve intensive state-level investigations in 3 states. As part of these settlements, Roblox has mandated to fund local youth programs and implement stricter age verification rules, with facial age checks as an example of one of those verification processes. Now, as I said earlier, my son's on Roblox. They haven't done any facial checks, but
hold on. So the money it's not being paid to the state per se. They're using that money, like you said, as to implement things, and also like the other incentive stuff for kids. Like, where's the money going is what I'm asking.
Money is going to the state.
That's what it
looks
like. That I have a fucking problem with. So
hold on.
I have a huge problem with that.
Just because they're receiving the money doesn't mean it's not being allocated to the programs in question. We just
foil hat.
Don't know.
No, it's not. It ain't fucking doing shit. Fuck out of
foil hat.
Fuck out of here. It ain't going fucking nowhere.
But, right, fair enough. But here's the counter argument. Was the point of the lawsuit the $12 million, or was it the implementation of the stricter age verification rules? Because that seems to be what Roblox was against when this whole schlep thing started.
Okay,
But they-
my answer
they
to
were-
that.
Go
My
ahead.
answer to that is fuck you. Okay, I don't. This is what I'm talking about. I'm getting too old to live in this world, dude. I'm telling you, both things can't exist at the same time. It's like this money is going to a void, and the thing. Normally, I won't give a shit, but this is money
Normally.
being paid out to a system that maybe I don't understand it. But this is money going to a system to pay out to get people off your back. And now you're telling me about some incentivized bullshit and implementing something you should already have. But my problem is that money is going to the state for what? What happens to is it going to the victims? I don't give a fuck about the state. What about the kids that were manipulated? Oh, we don't know everyone that happened or whatever. Okay, fine. Why the fuck is 12 million going to the state off the backs of other people going through shit that they shouldn't have gone through anyway?
Okay, so I just dug a little deeper and I used Alabama as an example because they're one of the states that settled, and they settled for the most money, which was 12.2 million. So I just typed it in now for more specifics as to where the money went and more specifically where it's being allocated to. And it says that the short answer is the entire 12.2 million from the Roblox Alabama settlement was directed to fund school resource officers, which is SROs, across the state through the Attorney General's Safe School Initiative. So it went to Safe School Initiative is the settlement money. The settlement money was deposited into the program, which finances school resources officers in public schools for Alabama. The school resource officers funds are used to place more trained officers in schools statewide, providing on-site safety, crisis response, and student support. Needs-based distribution. So the Attorney General noted that allocation across Alabama's 1,400 schools would follow a need-based model similar to how the state distributed opioid settlement funds. So what this looks like is it looks like it went to the fucking security.
Yeah, it went to the fucking
school.
Police. Are you?
Yeah, if I was going to break down what.
See, and this is what I mean. Like I said last time about I don't have time for this shit. And the problem is, here's the thing: the problem that I have with this is that what we end up doing as a people, because we can't do anything about it. What we end up doing as a people, we just accept that we just tell ourselves that something good had to have come out of that money. Because to me, first of all, these states didn't give a fuck about these kids getting destroyed online. They didn't. No one gave a fuck. This one kid who should have very well turned into a victim, rightfully so, decided to do something about it. Then they attacked him where he also could have just said fuck all this because of what he went through, and he continued to do this. Now they found out that they could get some money off of these fucking people, and now you're telling me that you're getting $12 million, and across the country of Alabama, all the schools have more security now. Why do I have a problem believing that?
I just looked up West Virginia. They won 11 million. You're going to laugh at this when you see this. West Virginia won 11.08 million, and they have this broken down. So 500,000 of that money, of the 11 million, 500,000 was dedicated to statewide training for parents and children for online safety courses. 1.5 million to fund a long-term awareness campaign about digital safety and child protection. 2.4 million over 6 years to fund a full-time specialist working directly with state law enforcement and schools, and the remaining funds were allocated to general child safety enforcement, which includes monitoring Roblox compliance with new safety rules, supporting investigations to Roblox, and expanding statewide digital safety initiatives.
They just took this money and pissed it away. They just cycled. It's bullshit. They just put it in a system. We put $500 in a program so parents can come learn how to be better parents. Who the fuck is going to that? But I bet they're still paying the program to hold it there.
Yeah, if they don't come, they don't come, right?
They don't come. It's just going back into a government affiliated program So that money is just getting cycled into the government. That's fucking retarded. That is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard.
So here's Nevada. Of their 12 million, they put 10 million of it over 3 years goes to screen-free, non-digital youth programs, including boys and girls clubs and similar statewide initiatives. Roblox must spend 1 million on a 2-year statewide campaign teaching kids and adults about online safety. 1.5 million funds a dedicated liaison to help Nevada law enforcement respond quickly to Roblox related safety concerns, and additional funds, as which was a part of the 12.5, went toward youth protection initiatives, enforcement of new safety rules, and statewide digital safety improvements. So that was
bullshit.
That was all three. But I'm sensing the trend.
Yeah.
It's workshops.
Security.
Yeah.
Let's
it's
do
all
things
security,
to train people. Let's put in place systems.
Yeah. They put money into programs to tell you as an adult, don't let your kids play this fucking game without you paying attention to what's happening.
It's fucking
That's
stupid.
what they did.
When I saw this on here, the first thing that came to my mind is, where the fuck is that money going? It's not going to the families. It's not going to the kid that's fucked up now. It's not going to the people who suffered, and it's not going to shut. Why are we? If you are in violation to owe this much money and you're losing these lawsuits and you're getting more, why are
that's
we
the
just
thing? Hold
down?
on. They're not losing lawsuits.
So they're settling.
They're settling. These didn't even see a courtroom.
Okay,
this is just
all the more reason that this is stupid, because as a state, if you want to protect your people, why are we settling? Clearly, they're doing something wrong. They're trying to shake you off, right?
They got what they wanted, which was a cut of
more
cash.
money.
Yeah.
But exactly, that's my point. It's all fucking bullshit, and I feel, and obviously, this is not going to stop the kid, and hopefully, it brings more awareness than it does. But I don't think these people are any fucking different than Roblox. They are profiting off of the back of the hard work done by an individual who got taken advantage of and decided to do something about it. And instead of actually doing something like, hey, no Roblox in this state.
Yeah.
How about that?
They're gonna hide, because if you look back at the 3 states that we just talked about, there's one trend that follows between all 3 of them, which was, well, Roblox now has to add more verification steps and make it more difficult for age, with more thorough process, which I can vouch for the fact that my son, who, by the way, already had an account, so it's not like they're doing it for new users. My son and his friends, when they logged in one day and all of a sudden everything was locked up, they had to go through the process to unlock everything. I had to sign in under an account. I had to make an account and verify that he is my son and that I am letting him use whatever the fuck the Roblox deal or whatever the fuck. But they're going to hide behind the ideology that, well, you wanted stricter verification process and now we've done that. It's like, right. But
why are you getting 11 million?
Yeah, I was going to say, you essentially paid off 3 states to continue doing what you're doing.
You should have done that to begin with.
Right. These were parameters that people were asking for long before the states took you through a legal process. That was the whole point of Schlepp's movement, which was, as a company that is servicing children, the ideology
primary demographic, by the way.
Yeah, primary.
Yes.
That's like their biggest
target audience
group is the kids.
Children.
As a company that is basically servicing the entertainment needs of children, that it would behoove you to want to do this, if for no other reason, the reputation of your company. Not only did they not want to do it, they had to grease the palms of 3 other states to continue to do it the way they've been doing it. And then the states try to babyface, and they go, well, we got him he finally did the the verification like we asked. It's like, yeah, but he gave you 12 million in the process. Where is that? Don't tell me that shit's going to the Boys and Girls Club, because it's not going to the fucking Boys.
So you get 12 million, and my kids fucked up because of something they should have done anyway. Listen, these are two separate arguments. I can hear people go, well, the parent, I don't listen. We'll go to the other room and we have that conversation there. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
not what
here,
this is. Yeah.
This conversation has nothing to do with the parents. I agree with you. That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. My point is, when I see this, is I see 35 million being flexed here, and my brain instantly goes, who's getting that money? And already in just a few seconds, he didn't even do that big of a deep dive. It just went to a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. And then they implemented stuff, mind you, that probably does take $1 million to implement. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I don't care how much it is. But it's shit you should have already been in place. Hey, our demographic is children. Let's keep them safe, right? We could probably make more money keeping children safe in the long run than letting this just go fucking crazy, right? But they've already showed their ass that they're into weird business, because the first video that came out about this stuff and bringing light to it should have spun off a huge investigation and locked everything down, when instead it just led to someone being ridiculed and kicked off the program because he's talking too much. So that's, again, a whole nother conversation. My point here that I found disgusting was the money going to them. And now that you did that little deep dive on where the fuck the money went, it's all bullshit. They just put it into programs that go right back into their pocket for what? What the fuck is it going to? Who knows? Don't know.
Security. More law enforcement. That's what it always winds up
fucked up, because I bet if you talk to those law enforcement, they would tell you, we didn't see that shit. There's not. Well, I'm not going over there. I'm not doing more. That's what I mean. I'm going to disagree with this, and I will state how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, if you contest me, you're correct, because I'm not in West Virginia. I'm not in Alabama. Maybe there is more security at each and every school. Maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe I see the officer and he's like, yeah, I'm here on the Roblox program. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that is happening. Fucking doubt it. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong, but I don't.
I have a slight problem disagreeing with it. Not disagreeing with everything that's happening, but the ideology that if I went to Alabama or West Virginia or Nevada, that I wouldn't see an uptick in security, but physical bodies wasn't the issue. This lawsuit isn't happening because schools were getting Roblox didn't send staff members to schools.
Another really good point.
To shoot people. This was all strictly an online interaction.
Yeah.
So if you want to put workshops together, that's fine. You didn't need $12 million to fund a workshop. I could hold a virtual workshop right now on StreamYard for less than $1 million. StreamYard has packages for close to $700 for the year, where I could host like 100 people on here and we can talk about online safety. Companies do it all the time. You didn't need $12 million for that. You used this lawsuit and you used this story for a fucking surplus. Just fucking say that. Because that's more believable than, oh no, we gave $500,000 to the local Boys and Girls Club. Oh, we gave a couple foul to the YWCA. Like, no, that's not what the issue was. You took this as an opportunity to push the non-tech agenda, which we just talked about recently, children and tech, and how people react when children have too much tech. The issue isn't the kids are spending too much time on the iPad. The issue is that for the few minutes they are on the iPad, they're getting shouted at by grown men. That's the fucking issue. It wasn't tech time. It wasn't that the kids should be out touching grass. It should be that you should be keeping grown men's dicks off of Roblox. That's what the issue
and
was.
You have the data. I know the arguments of, oh, you can't keep everybody off and blah, blah, blah. You know what account is what. And if you have a problem, like you said, implement the strict account setup. That way I know the age range of each account. Those servers shouldn't connect. Like if you want to be 32 years old and playing Roblox, that's fine. I say that 32 and it sounds very like Like I'm actually ridiculing. No, I don't care if you play Roblox with the homies. I don't give a shit. I really don't.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you need to be allowed to be in a room with someone who's 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old. There's no reason for it. There is zero reason why you should, even if you're not a weirdo and you have no intent. I would feel uncomfortable being 38 years old in a room with a bunch of children. Like that's fucking weird. There's no reason to be around.
I'm gonna jump on your point from a second ago. I don't like the 1v100 argument. I don't like that. Where it's just like, well, we can't keep them all off. Find one. Start with one. One that you can verify and know for a fact he's on here for nefarious purposes, and then block it.
There's someone documenting them. It's very easy.
I was going to say, and then Schlep did it. You can't do it. It's your fucking.
One of the golden rules I've learned in management, working with management, is you just got to crack one head.
Yeah,
all follow suit. Yeah. You get rid of one, and the bunch will spread. You know what I mean? Like you got to get.
But the problem,
you just need to crack one.
The problem that they have is that if that happened, 1 turned into 2, turned into 4, turned into 8, they don't look at it as we're cleaning up the system when we're getting rid of pedophiles and we're getting rid of sexual assault people. No, they're looking at it as we're losing membership. We're losing numbers. That's not good. So let's try to reform the people, not block them from. No, but you block Schlep. And for the record, before we end this, Roblox is not the only ones.
I know I took you off your. I know I took you off your point with that.
That's fine, but we talked about Roblox and their 35 million. But outside of the 35 million, with the 3 state attorney generals, they still have ongoing 11 other states and their attorney generals. They have 140 federal cases ongoing right now. Roblox, not specifically linked to states and attorney generals. Those are also personal lawsuits, corporate lawsuits. There's other things going on. Meta, who owns, I don't know, over here at the side, this old bad boy right here, and Facebook and Instagram, they're currently in the middle of a hell of a suit. They just got hit with a $375 million jury verdict in New Mexico and a $4.2 million verdict in California, with their reasoning being addictive algorithms, youth mental health crisis, predatory behavior on Instagram, which is 100% true. Google, YouTube, addictive product design and targeting minors. They were found negligent by a California jury in order to pay $1.8 million in damages. TikTok.
Oh my God, dude! TikTok
toxic,
is crazy.
Toxic content algorithms, behavioral addiction. All right, they settled multiple school district and personal injury lawsuits out of court. Discord, which of the group, I have my experiences with all of them. I don't have much experience with Discord. I really don't know how that works. But platform used for facilitating child exploitation and moving kids off site. They were sued by state attorney generals alongside gaming platforms. So for Discord, it was state attorney generals.
Though. Like,
how does that work?
Discord's tough though, because like, if I'm luring people if I'm a predator and I'm luring people into Starbucks and like talking to them and grooming them in Starbucks, is Starbucks the predator as well? You know what I mean? Like it's a chat room. Right? Like if I give you my phone number, if we're in Roblox and I give you my phone number and now I'm talking to you on the phone, is T-Mobile in trouble? Do you understand? Like I'm interested in what the Discord situation is, because that doesn't really make any sense to me, because it's not like you log into Discord and then you could just like go to there's like a search chat room. Like you got to be invited to one. Or you got to create one, or you have to invite a friend, or have someone's like you. It's like a phone number. Like you can't just search my phone number per se and just like, I mean, you can, right? Like that was a bad example, but like you just can't. It's not something that you go to Discord alone by itself. You're usually going there because you're doing something with friends and you're meeting up with people. So if you're being lured into this room, is it the room's fault? I don't understand what the lawsuit for Discord actually is.
So I don't know much about Discord, but based on what you just said, it sounds like the Facebook argument. So Facebook, Mark, what the hell is his name? The guy
Mark
who
Zuckerberg.
He made a very similar argument when he went to court, where he was saying if someone goes onto Facebook and they post a status, I hate Jews or whatever the hell it is, right? Like something weird and crazy and disrespectful and just slanderous, right? And people react to that and they're offended by that. Is it Facebook that should be in trouble or the person who posted it? And the argument against Mark is that while the person who posted it is indeed an asshole,
yes,
it is your service that is giving him the platform. Well, that's the platform he used to be said asshole.
I disagree with that point. Go ahead.
So the court was saying, since you're the platform that he's using to do that, you need to come up with a parameter that would prevent such things from happening on your platform. That's why now, if you go on Facebook and if you go on Instagram, since they're linked together now, if you comment under certain statuses, when you press send, before it sends it, it tells you this comment does not conform with Facebook's user terms and agreement or code of conduct or whatever the fuck it says. Do you still want to send it, or do you want to delete it or change it? It gives you the options of changing it. And sometimes if you click the little I button, it'll tell you what category your comment falls under. Repetitive marketing, hate speech, whatever the case may be, and it gives you the option of deleting it. If you still continue to post it and something happens, that they will use that as an excuse to then block and delete your account. That's the parameters. That's the parameters they're talking about.
That's like okay. In that context, I agree with Facebook. In that context, alone,
do it. Court said come up with something, and that's what they came
I understand that, but like Facebook saying like that's not on me. In this specific context, I agree with them. It's
right.
They provide a platform. It is not illegal for them to provide this platform. It's an open source platform. Again, I'll do the same argument. If I go into Starbucks and start saying hate speech, what the heck is Starbucks going to do to stop the next person? Like, you can put me in jail, sure, but what if someone else goes and does it, right?
Right.
Like,
but what happens now?
Starbucks.
Right. But what happens now is that in the way that the court would work is that in reality, no, it's not Starbucks that created the problem. But again, it's a private corporate establishment. So now what happens is what would happen next after that is if somebody went into Starbucks and did the same shit, just started spewing a bunch of bullshit. What Starbucks would have to do is that Starbucks would have to post some sort of signage, make some sort of declarative statement that Starbucks has the right for refusal of service or to remove you from the premises based on XXXXX. So if you come in here saying a bunch of stupid shit, we will exercise our right to refuse service and kick you the fuck out if you do that. That's what they're asking for. Okay.
I also disagree with that though.
Which is fine, but that's what I'm telling you that the courts are saying. They're saying
find
a way. Find a way to help.
My point is, my problem with Facebook is not the guy that goes on there and says, I hate X group of people. My problem is I'm not searching for it. So why do I see it? You understand? I don't search politics. This is why I deleted Facebook. I don't look at anything political ever.
Yeah.
Yet everything on my feed is political.
Right.
I never search politics.
Everybody has a little bit. Yeah. Everybody has a little bit of that shit on their feed. Yeah.
Never once. Can you look at maybe if you look at my search, my wife used myself now, but like she likes and stuff like that, right? But like Facebook, she wouldn't search. So you will never see me search anything political. But there's nothing on my shit but politics. It's all fucking politics. Why isn't the stuff that I like popping up? Right? It's kind of like my argument right now with like YouTube, where it's like I have all these subscribers, and sometimes I have to double check if my bell notification is on, because I'll go months without seeing people that I like to watch, and then they randomly will pop up one day, and I'm like, oh shit, like where's this guy been? And they got like 20 videos I've never seen. It's like, why am I not seeing that? And yeah, you can say, well, there's a subscription page. Okay, but like you clearly know what you're doing. Your platform gets everyone to go to the feed, like the one that like does kind of show you new stuff as well.
Algorithms.
I want to see new stuff. Right.
Yeah.
I want to see new stuff, but I also want to know when my people are posting, like put that shit on my page. There's things that pop up. There are like younger, like there's always like a new rotation of the new streamer. Like I keep getting these new young streamers popping up on shit. I just want to throw my fucking phone. I'm not searching these people. Why are they on? You have the algorithms. Clearly, you know I don't watch this shit, but you're putting it in front of me because you think I might. Stop it. I don't want to watch these young kids and
so a lot of
I don't want to see
that's
this
actually
shit.
That's actually the bonus. That's actually the bonus that people lean towards when it comes to social media and video platforms of the promotional ads. When people buy promotional ads and buy sponsorship ads, that's Facebook saying we're gonna flood it. You pay us, we're gonna fucking flood it. Unless they go to the little button that says sometimes with ads you can click there's a little button that goes interested in this ad, not interested in this ad. Hide ads like this in the future. Like there's a setting you can go to that'll change the algorithm.
I noticed Facebook does that now. No one I haven't seen any other one, but I know Facebook does that.
It's there, but the problem is that it's kind of a new feature and people may know it's there, but to have to do that for every video they don't like it becomes like me. I got mine's down to a fine wine. Everything that comes on my feed is either wrestling related, Marvel related. There's a few political things because in my old age, I've kind of been dabbling. But other than that, like that's the only problem I have with the algorithm. It's the lose weight effect, right? I can spend 3 months trying to lose weight and I'll lose 8 pounds. One bad week and I'm up 10, right? So it's like this. It's the same thing with the algorithm. Hide. Like? Oh, you like? It's like, no.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And to be honest with you, I think it's a catch-22. To be honest with you, that's what you just said is the number one reason why I don't like or dislike anything. I won't do it because I don't want that to happen. But what then seems to happen is I think the algorithms is looking at me as not won over yet. So now we're just gonna give him a bunch of bullshit till we find out what he likes. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's happening. It's like I'm damned if I do it, I'm damned if I don't. I'm screwed either way.
Oh, you're not confused. You just need to be convinced. That's what it is.
Well, we gotta keep our eyes on these lawsuits because this is an interesting topic. But yeah, that's my problem. Is get it out of my face, dude.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic in terms of this. There seems to be a lot of money exchanging hands over this, and yet
it's not to the people.
It's not to the people who are really being directly affected by the behavior in which the suits are being caused for. Right? So like 140 federal cases for Roblox. I'm assuming some of those has got to be people who just said fuck this and did it themselves. But it looks like the state attorney is just looking out for the state, which is not the people. It's the federal side of the state side, the government state. So it is what it is.
They're looking out for the people. Okay, we're paying for seminars that you can attend so that you can be a better parent.
Yeah, they just renovated the new Boys and Girls Club down by Altoona. You can go down there real quick and check it out. There it is.
Stupid.
We're off to the next.
Segment 3 is here, and I can't wait.
Told you I'm gonna get my shit off today, bro. I'm fucking pissed. Everybody catches this today. I don't give a fuck. That shit made me so mad for no reason. Well, I'm not that invested, but I'm mad. So,
well, this is a positive story. This is a more positive story.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay,
I think it is.
Let's go.
How would you not find this positive? What's the?
I can find the negative in anything. I'll burn everything down.
You're just goddamn right. Today.
Goddamn right.
Would you have been this upset?
I started watching this shit and it took a turn. I'm like, wait, why the fuck are we here at this point? So I was like, let me let him explain. Explain.
So for the record, as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to double check right now so that I'm not speaking out of my ass.
Because they'll tell you. You seen the comments lately? They'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, at the
they'll
top
let
of
me
every
know.
month, dude. I'm telling you, at the top of every month, our first show, first of the month, like Wick, we need to be checking them comments. Wake
Well,
up, wake up. It's
we
the
did
first
one
of the
about.
month.
We did this one. When was the last time we did it? Beginning of the
I
month.
don't know. I just came up
All
with that
right.
idea right now, but
All right. No, I'm not opposed to it. So I'm correct. Mick Foley is currently 60 years old.
Fair.
And
Good
I
age,
bring
60
that up-
years young.
I bring that up because this man is entering his golden years. And it sucks to get old. It really does. Because a man like Mick, as brilliant as he is, I was excited to hear that he was coming to AEW to do the Double or Nothing pre-show. I thought that that's all that was going to be. I'm hearing now that he's signed some sort of a deal. So I don't think he's going to be on TV full time. I doubt that very seriously. I could see him just kind of being the pre-show guy for a minute, but not if he's going to do pre-shows like he did here, because this was an opportunity. He saw this as an opportunity to do something cool for him and for some of the guys. I don't want to see my 60-year-old Mick Foley getting hit in the fucking dick. But here we are, right? So we're probably wondering to ourselves, how did we get here? What happened with Mick Foley and the WWE? There was a day where you couldn't make it, and I did the show by myself, which I found out on that day is a really difficult thing to do with video. When I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm talking to a person. The video is easier to do. When it's just me on the video by myself like this, and I was like, I'd like to talk today about.
You know what's funny on sidebar? I feel like it would be the opposite. I hate looking at this when you're over here because in my mind, when there's just video, it feels different. But I mean, I'm sorry, when it's just audio, it feels different. But when it's video, I want to feel like I'm talking to you. So I'm looking at you, but the right thing to do would to be looking at this. But this feels dumb when I'm talking to you. I want to look at you, right?
Yeah.
So if it was just me, I'm not looking at anybody. So doing this would be a lot easier. This does look better, it sounds better, but fuck, I hate that shit.
I found the same problem for me. And so my camera is a third-party camera. I have it wired in. It's more of an HD kind of camera, but I have it directly over my my laptop. So that's why we're kind of pulling the curtain back a little bit right now. If people will notice when I'm talking, I do try to look into the camera, but once you start going, I kind of look down and because I got so many different things all happening.
I have notes and shit. I have the breakdown here.
Yeah, I got the notes up
as
and all
we're
that
talking.
Stuff. Yeah,
I pull up when you were talking about some of the people. I don't remember what the songs were, so I pulled up the songs and shit. I'm like, okay, I remember that.
We're working. We're doing it here.
It's good, but I also am not just trying to say I'm not unaware that this looks so much better when you're having the conversation, but I feel like I'm not having a conversation with you, so I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. That's why hopefully one day this shit will blow up. Then we can afford to do it in person every time, and then I don't have to look at a fucking camera. I can just look at you in the building. But we'll see. Aspirations, you know what I mean? Anyway, Go ahead, move on. Mick Foley doing some bullshit.
No, well, he's doing some fun shit. You know what I'm saying? He's getting going a little bit, and he's doing what he needs to do here. And there was a falling out between Mick Foley and the WWE. I sent you, I think, one of the clips, but he's got a bunch of them. Foley is very anti-Trump.
Fair enough.
And WWE is very pro-Trump. So that led to some oil and water type situation. Now, Mick obviously is not an active competitor, but Mick's role in WWE, at least his last role, was that of an ambassador. He works with their Kids Can Read program. He does the visitations. He still does the Santa Foley deal at certain places. He represents WWE wherever he goes. He's got a Legends contract. It's the whole shebang. He couldn't see himself continuing to work for a company that, forget being pro-Trump for just a second, just overtly so, right? Like, you can have your own political affiliations, but WWE kind of, they tout that shit heavy, right? They got the videos out there. Triple H is doing they're doing muscle comparisons. They're out there shaking hands. Triple H is now like the executive, like general fucking fitness person on the whole country or whatever the fuck that title was. They're all over the fucking television with this guy. So he just made a principle, just kind of line in the sand and just said, I just don't want to be associated with this company anymore. Fine.
Good
Great,
for you.
right? There were some people that criticized, some people that didn't. I was actually surprised that there were so many wrestlers that I know for a fact are very pro-Trump that went out there and said, you know what? I don't agree with him, but he's Mick, right? He's a cool dude, and wishing him the best, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
he doesn't said anything egregious. He's just stating his side.
So you're correct. Yeah, no, he didn't really say anything that was all that crazy, but at the same time, it's the relationship altogether. So when I heard he was leaving, I decided to do a piece on it because I thought it was really cool that very few people in this industry stand up for their beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're his beliefs. They are what they are. I don't know if my hatred for someone would have resulted in me getting out of a contract and losing money, but it was to him. So
some people have the luxury to do certain things.
Yeah, I know. When you already have 7 figures in the bank, it's a different story. But
don't show me the guy who has had his fill on the company that he doesn't like because of whatever. It's okay. You're allowed to do that. I'm not saying that he's wrong for that. You're allowed to do that. But for me personally, that story don't hit me like it should. Show me the guy that now is on his ass and that lost everything because he stood on business. Because I can promise you, the story would go the other way. Well, you're an idiot. Like, why would you do that? Your family doesn't have the money that you could have had. You got emotional. All the negative shit about that. But because he's well off and well loved, that decision is looked at as like, I mean, it's easier to walk away from something when you're already set.
Yep. Well, you know, it's funny because for him specifically, I don't necessarily know if I tie him into that because before he became the millionaire, when he was being berated and disrespected by WCW, he walked. When he was already the hardcore legend in WWE and they were giving him a hard time, he walked because remember, folks, he's a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Now, that run in TNA is not looked upon in the most respected fashion. It was kind of a car wreck, but he had the courage to try and to go off and do his own thing. And we have another situation here where he's doing that once again. So I have a ton of respect for Mick, not just professionally, but personally. He's helped me out a few times in my career. I could never thank that guy enough for all the shit he's done for me. But I love the ideology that there's at least one person that I could point to that just goes, you know, if he doesn't like it, he probably does have the guts to just be like, I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to be here anymore. Is what I'm saying. So he went to AEW. Now I thought he was going to do the whole. I thought he was going to do the whole pre-show, talk about the matches and hype up the crowd. It's Queens, damn near Long Island. It's like right there, right? But like I thought that was all going to be. Well, here's some Mick quips. I don't know how much of the talent he's aware of in AEW, but he, you know, I didn't know what I was expecting really. What I was not expecting at all was that he was going to get into some shit with MJF and essentially just get into a promo battle with the fucking guy to the point where I don't know if you saw. Did you see the clip of him? He opened up the promo by shoot non-kayfabe thanking him because it's been so long since he's been in a situation like this. It's like, this is a feeling I thought I'd never have again. So thank you. And then he proceeds to go into some sort of character and cut promos.
It felt like him. You definitely could tell he was feeling the moment.
Yeah,
it came out of him for sure.
He went into work mode quick. He was in Mick Foley, but again, you got to be careful with that because Mick, who is normally such a slick talker and he's really, really good at what he does. And, you know, he slurred a little bit. You know, he slurred a little bit. He slipped a little bit. He's 60. And he's had a lot
and he hasn't. When's the last time he's had a mic like that?
At a live mic where he's in front of it all.
And for what it's worth.
A long time, yeah.
And for what it's worth, I don't know if it was just because Mick Foley, but the energy in that building felt fucking like just in that clip. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but like that clip, that crowd seemed crazy. Like there was a lot of energy in that fucking building, at least for that segment from what I saw. So I can imagine you haven't felt that shit in a long time either. Oh my God. So
it must have been
with
just
all
like
those,
coursing
he still
through
killed
him.
He did great.
No, he did a good job. He did a good job. But the reason why I bring up the slurring and I bring up the slips is I don't want people to look at Mick Foley as the fan. In AEW, I mean, not the fans. I mean, within AEW. If you're going to have a Mick Foley, protect him. He doesn't need to be out there every show. He doesn't need to be out there all the time. Give him his moments. You're paying him. And he's going to help. He can cut promos on everybody there and get as many people as he can possibly over. I hope that's the last time he's touched. I don't need to see him take any more bumps either. I don't think that's how you use him in this situation. I think he can be very useful to AEW. If not at the commentary booth, on the pre-show, he can tell stories. He still can. Even at 60, he's that good. He's that talented. And I know that he loved getting back into character and just being aggressive and telling the story. I also love the fact that him and MJF were professional enough for where when he dropped the Dwayne Johnson line and the crowd booed.
Yeah.
And they didn't sit there and let that, they just kept going instead of playing into it. Because I think if it would have got a pop, they would have played into it. But the fact that they booed it in their head, they went, ooh, they didn't like that. Keep going. Kids, don't worry about it. They're not big rock guys over here. Because it's a different territory. It's a different cage. It's a different world. We don't like the Rock over here. So it is what it is. I got convinced by some good friends of mine because they always say every fucking AEW pay-per-view, they go, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. And I'll see just enough to go, nah, I don't need to see that. So this time around, it was in New York. A lot of my New York buddies went. They said, hey, man, you guys got to check out your show. So I'm going to watch it. At some point in time this week, I will sit down. I will watch it.
In pieces. I want to watch
it. Because it's a fucking 4-hour show. So I figure if I dedicate an hour and change a day, I'll get through it by before June.
An hour a day keeps AEW away.
Yeah, oh my God. But we'll cut it up into pieces and
we'll lock it if it's good.
I am looking forward to some of the matches that were there. I am looking forward to Edge and Christian against FTR. I am looking forward to Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay. I do want to see Max and Darby because they got great chemistry. There are some matches on there that I'm actually pretty excited to see.
Card sounds okay.
I'm a little nervous for that Stadium Stampede, Anarchy in the Arena.
That's what I'm worried of. You just said a bunch of matches that sound good, but I feel like this isn't a 4-match pay-per-view.
Yeah. This is not a 4-match pay-per-view at all. As a matter of fact, hold on.
I was just about to pull up the card. Yeah, that's my problem with it. So
I want to make sure what I'm looking at here. Hold on a second. Yeah, so there's 9. It says 12, but you take away 3 for the pre-show. There's 9 matches. That's not terrible. It's Cage and Cope against
9
FTR.
matches?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And look at this. Look at the match times. Oh my God. 19 minutes, 19 minutes, 11 minutes, 18, 13, 15, 14, 31, 23. Woo, baby.
God.
Woo.
Damn.
This is like a fucking final exam I got to study for fuck's sake.
Good enough.
Takeshita and Okada could be good. Athena and Mina Shirakawa for the Owen Hart Cup. Moxley and O'Reilly could be good, not for nothing. Ospreay and Joe, I'm excited for. That's the Owen Hart Cup final. I didn't even know Will Ospreay. No, it wasn't. They're quarterfinals. Excuse me. Athena and Mina are quarterfinals. And then Ospreay and Joe is a quarterfinal. And Swerve Strickland and Bandito is a quarterfinal. Then it was Thekla. What's this? A four-way. Thekla, Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. That could be good. And then the main event, and then the Stadium Stampede match. How many fucking people are in this match? Jericho, Lashley, Benjamin, Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. That's 7 people against Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Teo Leona, Mark Davis, Andrade, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. It's 7-on-7. Stadium Stampede. No wonder why I had 31 minutes. Oh my God, and having 31 minutes of that match. Jesus Christ. This is the one they told me was good. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Fuck it. Let's do it for New York. Let's do it for New York.
Fuck it. Yeah, I guess. Fuck it.
Do it
Well,
for
you're
New
not that
York.
invested.
I'm not invested in a lot of shit. That's half my problem in life.
Was that Jeff T joke? You ever heard the Jeff T joke when he was talking about Russell Westbrook? He said that motherfucker's always on. He don't care who he go against. He always gives it to you. He said that Jeff T was like, that's why we was playing. And then Russell Westbrook did something. And he was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like in my face. I was like, man, I don't even care about all that. He goes, that's the problem. That's the problem. You don't care about nothing.
You don't give about shit. That's the problem. Right? Yep, you're right. I feel like that in my soul.
Not to get off of Mick Foley, but Jeff Teague is slowly becoming like one of my most favorite villains of all time. That motherfucker is always everywhere when the shit goes down, and he'll never be like a big part of it. He's like an NPC that's in every video game. He's not a part of the problem, but he's in the shot when you play the video of the problem. Jeff Teague sitting there like this. Man, it's crazy. He's just watching this. He's always there, bro. Always there. People started taking it as a joke. They started photoshopping him in like famous pictures, like the JFK assassination. Jeff Teague is in the back. It's like this motherfucker everywhere, son. They got all the stories. So I don't know how much longer Mick Foley is gonna be in.
Let him get his bag.
AEW. Yeah. He's gonna do his thing.
I don't have a problem with it. He's doing his thing.
All right. Well, we're off to the main event.
It is now time for the main event of the evening.
Oh, you thirsty motherfuckers. Huh? You thirsted.
Hold on.
Thirsting motherfuckers. I want to call that fucking news place up, that particular branch, and just cuss them the fuck out. I want to punch that news reporter in the face. That shit
from the clip I sent you.
Yeah, fucking thirsty ass motherfuckers, dude.
So we're clear. Ludwig Kaiser and the Elevator. I don't know why people keep showing clips of El Grande Americano. This doesn't make any sense to me. That's not who was in the elevator. That's not who's in the mugshots. It's Ludwig Kaiser. El Grande Americano and Los Americanos are all in Mexico right now, getting ready for some big business. Okay? There is
unbelievable.
No connection at all whatsoever. Go ahead. What is your issue with this situation?
It's thirsty. It's thirsty as fuck. And it's pissing me off. I'll even jump straight to the end where the bitch was like, oh, we called WWE. We have not gotten a response. Yeah, fuck you. I'm not responding.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, first of all, let me get this out of the way. I'm going to get this out of the way, okay?
Go ahead, shoot your shot, gang.
I'm going to stand The same way I stood with what Rampage's son, that situation, right? I'm gonna have the same stance here that I did there. Okay. Do I agree with the way that he no. Let me rephrase that because that is incorrect. Should he have behaved differently? Yes. Should he have been the bigger person? Yes. Did he ruin? Is he ruining something that he worked so fucking hard for? Yes. Bad decision. Bad decision. Now that that's out of the way, okay? Now that's out of the way. Let's get into real life shit, right? Real people shit. Yeah. Not the stuff that you have to do to live in society. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about primal real shit. All right? Fuck that guy in the elevator. And he deserved to get fucking face. And he's lucky that's all that fucking happened. If we're being fucking honest. And let's take away the other comment, the ice shit. Right? First of all, before I continue, who the fuck is that guy? There's a guy that made a Twitter saying that he said something about the ice.
What's
his name?
Raj Gary or whatever.
Was
he
there?
He's a reporter. No, he wasn't physically there. No.
Where did he get the ice comment?
He can't reveal his sources. But
go fuck yourself.
That's what people online were saying. They were just like,
go fuck yourself, idiot.
Come on, dude.
All right, now let's throw that completely out the window because I don't even think you need that sauce on here. Okay? You don't need that sauce.
You know why I think some people do want that sauce? Because when you say that, because everyone knows that he's messing with the Spanish lady, right? He's in a new relationship with the interviewer.
And clearly, he's let's lay this thing. He's horny. He is tonguing her down in the elevator.
Right.
This Latina got him wrapped around the finger.
But I think this is why that aspect made him an even bigger baby face, because once you say the letters ICE, when you say ice, and the fact that this gentleman, which we'll assume was of a Caucasian persuasion, mentioned that he was going to call ICE, and then he proceeded to punch him in the face, the Mexican community will look at that and go, God damn it, that's right. Get this man a plate. He comes to the goddamn. That's right. You defend the Mexicana against
He's a luchador at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's a luchador. You got to stand up for his people.
You can't dip your wick in Mexican ink and then just let people throw ice in your face. No, you got to stand up for the. He stood up for the raza, baby.
My point is, throw the ice out the way, right? Because that obviously
it's really not needed. Yeah,
it's not needed. There's no need for that at all. Because at the end of the day, my thing is, should he be a little bit more respectful if there's other people in the elevator and you're tonguing down your girl? It's uncomfortable. It's annoying, right? Like, even me, like, if I'm in the elevator and you got all that shit, I'm just like, come on, like, I don't want to see that shit. But I'm gonna go about my day. It is what it is, right? To turn around and talk shit because you that fucking mad, yes, he deserves to be punched in his fucking face. Shut up, go to your fucking apartment, and live your fucking life. I'm sure they had no smoke with you. They didn't give a fuck about. He was thinking about buns. He was thinking about you.
He was trying to warm the car up,
bro. He was letting her know the moment we get through them doors, we not making it to the bed. I'm running this shit. You catching all this. You're catching all this meat, son.
You're about to find out why they call me Grande, baby. Let's go.
Again, could they have had a little bit more respect for the public? Sure. Yes. I don't agree with that. Personally, I don't like that either. It's weird, whatever. Shut the fuck up and go to your room. Like, you don't know what type of time that clearly he is at some level of not give a fuck if he's ready to smash his girl in the elevator with people standing there. Watch your mouth. Yeah. Get out of people's fucking business. Go to your fucking thing. And that's not even all that pisses me off. What pisses me off is that the news jumped on this shit and they start showing reels of him in his character. So now if I'm someone who, like, especially like younger, right? And I'm following the story. You just ruined the person under the mask. You just ruined that for me. If I didn't know, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be 100%. You guys said the name to me. You have told me the name of the person under the mask. I'm very bad with names. So for me, I don't even remember who that was.
Mhm.
So they kind of low key spoiled it for me too, because I
They
didn't
broke
remember
the
who that,
kayfabe.
yeah, I didn't remember. You've told me who it was, like I said, but I don't remember the face to the name. But now that I see, I'm like, oh fuck, I remember that guy. He was
Mhm.
wasn't he with fuck? Where am I drawing a blank? Gunther. He was with Gunther. I didn't remember that.
Yes.
I don't remember that. So they kind of low key spoiled it for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit to me was so stupid. Like report it, and then you're like, oh, we reached out to WWE. What the fuck are you talking about? What does this have to?
WWE for what?
He wasn't at work. What does this have to do? Again, the WWE star, El Grande. Like, why, dude? It just came off so fucking thirsty, dude. So thirsty. And anyone who had nothing to do with this because of some fucking idiot said some bullshit to him and got checked like he fucking should have. Yeah. Now, other people who enjoyed the program just got it ruined for them if they weren't that deep into knowing who it was. And on the heels of having a match trying to reveal who's under the mask.
He's at a match versus match, and they already
and they revealed them. Talk about we reached out to WWE. Yeah, no, you're gonna hear from WWE. It's just gonna be their fucking lawyers.
We'll get to you in due time.
We're gonna get to you. Don't you worry. Let me tell you something. If you just fucked our numbers for this upcoming thing, we're gonna come see you. We're gonna come see you because there was no reason for that, dude. There was no fuck. They were oh my god. That shit pissed. Go ahead. I don't know what second
you got hot.
I was hot. The moment I saw this shit, I flipped, dude. I was so fucking mad at it.
First and foremost, let this be a lesson to anybody out there. Don't do that shit to me. Don't let me be in an elevator and then you guys are just making out because I'm going to start rubbing myself and I'm going to pull this bitch out.
See, that's an appropriate, that's the appropriate response.
Okay,
I'm gonna smack the e-brake on the elevator and just take my pants off. It's like,
and here's the funny part. That guy didn't even know that was a WWE. Yeah, make it weird. That guy didn't even know that was a WWE superstar. He thinks he's got content that anybody would watch because there's two hot people fucking. No, it's WWE superstar Mick Kaiser and his hot, spicy Latino.
That's the jackpot part of it, right? You think you have this spicy thing, and then you find out it's someone famous. And you're like, oh,
you were sitting on a gold mine.
That's it. You didn't even know.
Instead, you went the ignorant route. How about that? Now, for the record, another big reason why I want to talk about this is a cautionary tale, right? This is what I keep trying to tell people when I say things to young people who are trying to get in the industry. Be careful what you're sacrificing, okay? Every alarm and bell in my head, I would not behave like that in an elevator. But let's say I'm in there with my wife. I've had a few beers.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some other things that recreationally inebriate me.
Yeah,
and
you're fucking more than halfway past half mass.
And my wife is sitting there dressed, let's say the way she was dressed recently in Atlantic City with the dress and the heels and everything is popping and moving and grooving. And as Jerry the King Lawler would say, all those curves and me with no brakes, right? Just everything just right where it needs to be, like one big old ham hock and two beautiful Hawaiian melons just staring at me. And I want to go feast upon my conquest because that's what she is. She's my conquest. I conquested her many, many, many years ago.
I conquested her the other day.
Yeah.
I conquested her. That's mine.
Yeah,
I did that.
Just the other night, we did some conquesting. And if I get in the elevator and all of a sudden I decide that that's what's going to happen, if somebody leans over to me, and here's the extra pussy part: you wait until the doors opened up and you like walk out of the doors. On the off chances, the doors will shut as you say your comment, which is a whole nother level of bitch. But you say, what was the line exactly? I want to get, hey, you should have some manners. When I tell you that my brain was switched from fuck to fight like that, like that.
Dick's
Like
so
this.
hard, by the way. Both
yeah.
of them arouses me.
No, but my dick is looking up in my brain going, no, I got this. I'm going to decompress. You handle your business, right? I understand the ideology. I'm from New York. I understand the ideology of somebody talking shit and
Watch
you want
them
them to
out.
fuck, and you want them, and you want so badly to just fuck them up, okay? There is a whole, it's one of my favorite parts about social media. This is why I don't understand why people don't like social media. The people who exist in this world who believe, undoubtedly, that simply saying words should not be enough to be assaulted. They go, it shouldn't really matter what I say. You shouldn't put hands on anybody. So you're telling me that
At
you
work.
live your life on the belief that you are allowed to say any nasty, vile, disgusting, disrespectful, racist, misogynistic, hate crime of a comment to me that you want, and you're free to do so with a smile on your face because, God forbid, I impede on this man's freedom of speech, right? I'm supposed to sit here and allow you to just disparage me in any way you wish because as an adult,
Yep.
it shouldn't be enough for provocation to put hands on someone. And I love that comment online because I will immediately go to the comment and go, I tell you what, why don't you go to the nearest store from wherever you live, go to the biggest, tallest motherfucker you could find and try it out. And just see how it works out for you. You might meet a guy who you insult to his face and goes, you know what? I needed to hear that. Thank you. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you're going to be swallowing your wrist down to your ass is what's going to end up happening. Because in the real fucking world, if you talk shit with the wrong person, you're going to get your ass handed to you. So watch your fucking mouth. And that's the cautionary tale because a lot of people don't associate professional wrestling with celebrities. And I'm not here to tell you that it's the same thing, especially if you're not a WWE superstar. But trust me when I tell you, it doesn't matter how low on the totem pole you are. If you are a wrestler, a full-time wrestler that takes bookings, and you go from place to place, town to town, city to city, and you're making all these different moves, you're going to get recognized. And when you get recognized, you will get pressed. And when you get pressed, you need to know how to navigate that. Because what ends up happening to you will be the same thing that happens to celebrities. It doesn't really matter who started the fight. It doesn't really matter who said what. You're the one with the money in terms of the celebrity. You're the one with the money, so we're coming after you. Just like the Ludwig Kaiser situation. There was absolutely no need to mention the WWE in that entire. There was
and
nothing
not show a picture of the character and then show his face right after.
Yeah, you could have
just used his face.
You had a mugshot.
Yeah,
you had a mugshot. You used the WWE for clicks, likes, and subscriptions. That's what you did. You used it for the pop. Okay, and that's the cautionary tale. Because even if you're an indie wrestler, and you're working for companies that, while popular in its area, isn't exactly a humongous company that's well known around the world, it doesn't really matter. Because every stratosphere is its own stratosphere. Meaning if you're big in this one company in that one area, you're still big in that company in that area. And there's going to be people that are going to fucking press you. If you're a heel and you said some heel shit, they're going to cut. Oh, kayfabe is dead. Not to fucking everybody. There are still to this day in 2026, when you go on the microphone and say some heel shit, they take that shit for fucking real. And they're waiting for you outside. And that's another reason why people used to look at me funny. I never parked by the venue, ever. Ever. I learned that one fast. You do not park your car by the venue. You park that shit somewhere else. It's okay to go for a walk. It's all right. What you don't need is for people to see you coming out of that car, because then they're going to know that that's your car. So if anything happens in that building, they know exactly where your car is. Not a good sign. You're going to get pressed. You're going to be looked at. You're going to have people coming after you. You're going to have people talking shit about you. That's another thing you have to worry about. Online presence, right? He slapped some dude up and down his face, and whatever the case may be, and the whole narrative online, just like that. 1 minute they're talking about his big upcoming match, which, by the way, is happening on this Saturday, May 30th. Triple A Noche de los Grandes event. It'll be Mascara de la Mascara, El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. It's going down. They've been building this match for a while. This will be the biggest match of his career. And for him to take the bait, for him to slip at this point is terrible fucking timing. Will it stop what's happening? I don't think so.
No.
There's too many people inside who have already gone public. They're just like, we're not worried about it. So it's not a thing. Even the police department's not fucking worried about it. He found out about the warrant. He flew from Mexico back to Florida to have it taken care of. He took care of it. The judge said, go ahead and travel. You have to go to work. They're not treating it seriously. You could say that guy made the ice comment, didn't make the ice comment.
I don't even care about that shit.
I don't think anyone did. All it really does is amp up the Mexican crowd because they're big on anti-ice. And since he's the big baby face coming in,
Yeah, he's gonna walk in there, gonna say, "Thank you, Ludwig."
They did already. There's a clip. If you go online right now on YouTube, his first appearance at AAA since the arrest, when he came out, humongous response, bigger than ever before. It brought him to tears. He teared up because he was like, "Oh, they really do appreciate what I'm doing. I really am over here."
Yeah,
More.
don't fuck it up, stupid.
So, like, this is one of the you got to be a little smarter than that. That's big.
That's my message to him. Although, yes, I do agree personally. I agree with what he did because I would like to move that way, but also, even though I took the responsibility off of you there for a second because I want to stay in with you in that. Because if somebody did that shit to me, I probably wouldn't react to it because I fight that urge. But I'm not going to tell a man how to act who is probably in a time, like a moment, where he probably has the most testosterone in his body because he's about to smash his girl. Like, he's peak testosterone right now. And you're fucking with him. Like, I'm not going to tell that man how to behave. But now that he's out of the way and they're assholes and Channel 9 News that reported it is like, fuck those guys. Like, that shit pisses me off. To him, you got to do better than that, buddy. Sorry, dude. That's fucking stupid. You are in the part of your career right now where you're doing phenomenal. People love everything you're doing right now. You're taking a gimmick that you jumped into, and people like you more than what was going on the original one. And we're moving past it now. We're gonna get our. I'm assuming we're gonna get our Chad Gable back because I personally appreciate him for what he did. We had a long conversation when we felt like he got smashed. And remember, we were like, how are they going to dig him out of this hole? Because we feel like we put him in this hole. He not only dug himself out of that hole, he flew out that motherfucker. So now we're going to get a different Chad Gable back, which is going to be fucking awesome. And you need to continue what you got here. Don't fuck it up.
Both of them are making out really good on this. Actually, Chad Gable is the person I felt like the absolute worst for, because I thought if this thing goes down bad, even if they have the match,
all hard work down the drain,
they're gonna flip it. Because the whole idea, I think, for this match is that Chad's gonna lose to get out of the mask, so it could be his moving forward. Mm-hmm. He gets arrested, or if he has legal problems, they have to switch to finish. This motherfucker is stuck in the mask, and I was like, no, Ludwig, you asshole.
Yeah, get your shit together, dude. You are doing phenomenal in life right now. You're set up good. Don't let some stupid ass get in your way, dude. I stand with you. Stop. Don't do that shit again. That's so fucking
what it
stupid.
is. It's bait. Don't fall for the goddamn bait.
And I can't even call it. Well, it's real life bait because, like you said, the guy didn't know who he was. So although I don't disagree, I understand that you're using this as a teaching moment, and I agree with you. I'm not trying to take away from that, but to also compound on that, this is to those same people. This is a lesson in relax. Like, just in general, he wasn't baited to where someone thought they wanted to bother him because they saw who he was, and the guy didn't know that this was just a legitimate asshole. And don't get me wrong. What he did is annoying. I get it. Like, in this situation, if that guy walks away, Ludwig's the asshole here. But in my eyes, the moment you start shitting on these people, like, just both of you just need to fucking move on. But keep your hands to yourself, dude. You are making too much money right now, doing too good in life. You're up. Don't fuck it up and ruin it for everybody because you want to be a hothead. That's all.
Yeah. So for the record, for everybody out there, we here at Orsini's Uncensored Mind, we stand with Kaiser.
Yes.
I love the idea of slapping a bitch for talking out of his goddamn face.
Yeah, watch your fucking mouth.
Watch your fucking mouth. Because apparently, sir, you fucked with the wrong one.
The wrong one, yep.
The absolute wrong one. There's absolutely nothing that you should have done in that situation except get right to business, baby. Let everybody know exactly what it needs to be. we need extra stuff for the OnlyFans. Go for it. Alrighty. So we stand with Ludwig Kaiser, and that is our show for the day. Now, as previously stated, next week will be the Double or Nothing review. We will sit down, we'll watch it throughout the course of the week, and get it all, we'll get it all tethered away. So I gotta go see what kind of madness is happening in the other room, because I've heard some sounds coming from over there. There's got to be some frustrated people in the other room. I was so happy I had to do the podcast today because my son is in there just fucking going through it right now, and I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to be as absent a father as I could possibly be right now. Sometimes you just gotta get away from the little fuckers. You know what I'm saying? They gotta sink or swim. I can't coddle this motherfucker for the rest of his goddamn life. We're making some serious moves over here. We just got him keys to the house because next year, when he gets off from the bus, he's going to be walking home by himself. And I'm just like, whew, all right, let's see how that goes. Because he keeps telling us, I know how to get home from here. Yeah, we know. But we live in Brooklyn, so you need to, this is how it starts. Next thing I know, you're on top of the train surfing and shit, and I gotta go identify the body, and it's a whole thing. Every time I say watch like that, my son just look. My son is 11 years old and is completely over all of my bullshit. It happened too soon.
I was gonna say that didn't take too long.
No.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, my daughter's favorite phrase to say right now is, "I don't have time for this." She'll be like. She'll just be like,
I don't have time for this.
She was like, can you fix my iPad? I'm like, hold on a second. She was like, Daddy, I don't have time for this. Can you please fix my iPad? I'm like, now you're going to wait longer. Like, you don't, now I'm going to add another task before I fix it. So,
Jesus, she's going to be a whole ass problem, bro.
Yeah, you ain't fucking mine.
By the way, this past Saturday, we didn't even mention it. I'll mention it here. Was Saturday night's main event. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. I'm getting ready for Clash in Italy, though. That's looking good. It's looking solid. It's apparently this Sunday at 2 p.m. So if nobody's got nothing else to fucking do, it's going to be in the afternoon, 2 p.m. our time, Eastern time, Clash in Italy. So should be fun.
Netflix. It'll be there when I'm ready.
By the way, next Monday also, this rundown's writing itself. Next week is the start of the King of the Ring tournament, baby. Yeah, we're back in it. So when Oba wins, when whoever wins the King of the Ring, we'll start talking about all that. And the finals for that will be at Night of Champions. So much going on. I have a special deal that I'm going to be doing with. Remember that idea I came up with a minute ago for the independent wrestling thing? Mm-hmm. We're going to start using some more independent wrestling stuff. I finally have that kind of mapped out. I'm going to put a video together for that, kind of like advertise it. So let's see who bites on that and see what we can do. Because I'm literally offering free advertisement here. I'm not asking for any money. I'm just asking permission for footage. That's it. Something for us to kind of break down and kind of put over a little bit. So we'll have all that going down. I still want to go live, by the way, and I'm still looking at June 16th as that possibility. Again, I don't know the specifics on how that's going to look. But thank you for continuing to support the show. Thank you for continuing to go on the YouTube channel and check all that stuff out. We just hit 25,000 views on the shorts. I'm glad you guys are enjoying those. That has also boosted up the segment and full episode numbers. For whatever reason, Podbean has gotten a boost from
Look at them winning off of your hard work.
Yeah, Podbean somehow all of a sudden out of the goddamn blue has also boosted up quite a bit of numbers recently as well. So that's a fun little bonus, I guess we'll say.
Well, I'm sure my bullshit this episode will get a couple of comments. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you pretty much exploded on this one, so we'll we'll get that one going for sure.
I had a bad day.
Oh, but it resulted in great fucking podcasts. So you took those fucking child abusers and ridiculed people, you tore them apart. So that's a good thing for the show. There you go. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for sharing. And of course, thank you guys for enjoying. We'll see you guys next week.
Mic drop. Wait a minute. This is too much. Cooking it like a pro. Wrap it up, everybody. Show's over.